So it turns out Night Stalkers really do lay eggs. Red Lucy is gonna get a surprise delivery next time. Let's see how well her death claws match up against invisible dogs. But all in good time. Let's start by kickstarting this cure. I guess in retrospect we should have taken Doc Henry with us. He could have waited outside the cave while we cleared it out. Because frankly, I'm not sure what I was supposed to be looking out for. He's the scientist here, not me. Ah, so that's a Night Stalker on the stretcher. You can relax now, Rex. You're not gonna end up like that, or I'll know the reason why. And trust me, you don't want that.
Is there something else I can do for you?
I think you meant what I can do for you. I took that little camping trip up the mountains like you wanted. That place was infested with invisible bitches. Literally and very painfully so. The only thing I found was a dead Nightkin with a damaged stealth boy. I think one of them used it as a chew toy.
There's still power, but the casing is cracked. I'm astonished that exposure to the stealth radiation could induce mutations so rapidly. More importantly, this explains why my research into this group of Night Stalkers hasn't come up with a cure for the Nightkin. There's only one avenue left for me. I need to run the Mark II test on Lily. It's the only way.
Okay, I don't understand the premise of your research at all. Why is it so important for this mutation to be natural? The Nightkin's problems and the Night Stalker mutations are both caused by stealth boys. Wouldn't that make the Night Stalkers more relevant for the research? Ugh, my bullshit senses are tingling again, but I don't want to argue with an expert. So now you want to try the prototype stealth boy? Didn't you say it was risky? What are we expecting here?
Possibly immediate and permanent mental damage. There's a reason the Stealth Boy Mark II's never got beyond the prototype stage. Lily already has a pre-existing condition, and the experiment will likely make things worse for her.
Worse than she already is? Wow, okay, I don't know why the fuck I have to point this out, but I'm definitely going to. Why the hell are we gonna use Lily, if she's the most vulnerable test subject?
Lily is eccentric, certainly, but I've never felt she was dangerous. More importantly, she asked if she could help me in some way. I've told her about the risks, and she still insists on helping me.
So what? You really think she's capable of making rational decisions right now? As a doctor, don't you have a duty to protect her from harm? Oh, I'm sorry, you're not that kind of doctor, are you? Haha, silly me, you don't have to protect anyone from anything. Super convenient. After all, we only have one Nightkin to choose from, don't we? Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, I don't know what you said to her, but I'll be telling her about this my way. Give her a second opinion.
I'll be waiting.
I swear to God, if she ends up tearing your head off and turning your skull into a mixing bowl, then I'm just gonna stand in the corner and laugh. And the probability of you accidentally eating your own grandkids will be in the upper quartile. The probability of you getting shot by angry locals will be 90 to 95% rounded up to the nearest integer. Is any of this getting through?
Of course, dearie. I know it's dangerous, but it'll all turn out for the best. You'll see. I'll go to him now. It would be rude to keep him waiting.
Wait, no! Let's be rude to him! It would be so much fun, Grandma! Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I'm basically helping someone murder an old woman. Are you proud of yourself, Doctor?
The equipment is hooked up and ready. We can start the test as soon as you give me the go-ahead.
Wow, that was quick! You've been preparing for this moment, haven't you? So much for making this your less preferable option. I bet you just want to watch a Nightkin spasm, you sick fuck. Well, go on then. It's not like I can offer any meaningful alternatives.
Very well. Please stand back. I don't want any erroneous readings. You're welcome to stay and observe if you want, though.
Oh, sure. Erroneous readings. I wouldn't want to accidentally stand in the way when she starts lashing out at you. I hope you're recording this, Eddie. Let it be known that I did not support this course of action.
All right, power on the stealth boy, Lily.
Here we go.
Turning it on. Feels strange.
Shush, Rex.
Strange, but good.
Interesting. Try thinking aggressive thoughts now. Think about smashing a rad skull.
Why the fuck would you...
Morning.
Lily smash! Yeah!
How are those readings looking, Calamity?
Stealth field is stable, and the readings are clean. Gamma wave activity is 0. Odd, but everything looks right.
All right, we're done here. Go ahead and power the stealth boy down, Lily.
Oh, I liked having it on.
I'll get back to you on that in a moment, once I've analyzed the results. Uh-oh.
Hey, let the old lady through for fuck's sake.
Well, well, congratulations on getting the Mark II prototype functional, Doctor. Now, just hand it over and we'll be on our way.
I'm sorry, you want what?
Keen has never liked me. If anyone can talk him into backing down, it'll have to be you.
Well, for your information, Doctor, he doesn't like me either, so we might be fucked. If he throws my head at you, then you can draw some reasonable conclusions.
My request is perfectly reasonable. Give us the Stealth Boy specs, and there will be no need for us to splatter the room with your insides.
Okay, you know, I thought it was just Lily who was misinformed about what's going on, but clearly we have a problem across the board. Let's resolve that right now. The Mark II is a prototype that's even more potent, which means whatever problems you're having right now with the regular Stealth Boys, this is gonna be worse. Got it?
Our lives, our decision to make. We're tired of sitting around in Jacobstown waiting for a cure.
Oh, where do I even begin? What are you planning to do with these specs? I don't suppose you just admire the technical genius of pre-war engineers.
There are caches of Stealth Boys out there. With a Mark II in hand, it shouldn't be difficult to upgrade every one of them.
That's a hell of an assumption to make. You haven't even seen the specs yet. And is there a single engineer among you? You're gambling away your chance for a cure just so you can make your problems worse? Okay, fine. Your lives, your choice. Except it's not that simple, is it? If you rip the Mojave apart looking for these machines, where do you think the humans are gonna go to exact revenge? Jacobstown, that's where, and all of the other mutants will get shot on your behalf. So now it's their lives, your choice? Did you even think about that, Keen?
No, I didn't. Not until now, anyway. Very well, human. You've made your point, and I withdraw my request.
Good. Tell Marcus I just did his job for him.
Keen won't go away.
Andy!
I swear to God, this place is insane.
Hey.
Now, can we get back to work? Did we actually get anything useful from that experiment?
There's too much light. Why is there always too much light?
Well, get a blindfold then.
Nice work with the Nightkin. I've never seen anyone able to talk their kind out of anything once they had their minds set to it. I got a lot of useful data from the experiment, and am a lot closer to a cure than before. It's occurred to me that this brief test might not yield a cure anytime soon. However, if Lily were to continue to wear the prototype...
Ah, stop right there, pal. You won the last round, but now you're just pushing your luck. Getting her to think aggressive thoughts? Do you mind warning me next time you do something like that, so I can stand behind the plastic screen? Easier to wipe off the blood.
I'm close to the cure. I can feel it. Lily's continued help will give me the last bit of data that I need.
Okay, I'm not a scientist, but I'm pretty sure you need data from more than just one test subject to prove anything. Why don't you tell Keen to get off his moral high ground and actually make some contributions? Otherwise, what's gonna happen to Lily?
Permanent damage to her mind is a certainty. Even the cure won't help her.
Well then, let's take that option off the table and set it on fire. Whatever happened to animal testing? Isn't that the whole point? To narrow things down and reduce the risks once you have to test on people? You were planning on testing Night Stalkers, right? That means the brain chemistry must be at least somewhat comparable. Well, why don't you hook the Mark II to one of their brains first? You worked on Cyberdogs, so you should know how to keep those brains fresh. I don't know, pump some neural stimulants in there or something. Hell, I can go back to that cave and get you some fresh ones if I have to.
That's brilliant. Simple yet elegant. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Wait, what? That didn't occur to you? Oh yeah, you're not the only one who can't believe you didn't think of that. I got that idea from a pre-war textbook written for teenagers. Okay, you know what? Go ahead and take that idea. I look forward to hearing about your success 20 years from now. Bye.
Hello.
Hey, word to the wise, this project is gonna take a while, so get comfortable. Come on guys, we have a brain to collect. I originally planned to just leave Rex behind at the lab until we have the brain ready. I mean, at least then, if he has a problem, he will be with an expert. But now I'm not so sure. I have some questions about this doctor's basic level of competence. That's why I'm asking you to stick around, Grandma. I don't trust your safety in his hands. For all I know, the moment I leave, he'll try to cut corners again and hook you up to some other toys of his.
Oh, aren't you just precious?
Look, I hate to say this, Grandma, but at some point, you're gonna have to meet the rest of the family. And let's just say I'm not sure how they're gonna react to that. I mean, they've had to put up with a lot of my shit, but this might be going one step too far. So we're gonna have to do this with a lot more subtlety than I'm actually capable of. But first, I have an errand, and it's to do with the NCR, so please, for the love of God, stay out of sight.
Don't go too far now, Gary.
So, this is Ranger Station Foxtrot. I guess I was wrong. The NCR does have a presence in this area and is uncomfortably close to Jacobstown. Forget everything I said about Westside and North Vegas. If the NCR had their way, this is where the first clash between them and the locals is gonna happen. I mean, it probably would have happened already if I didn't intervene. That's the scary part. Sure, I pledged my protection, but that's only good if I can maintain my influence with the NCR. I can't promise that. The only way to stay on their good side is to do what Moore wants. And if I did that, the only way to trace the deed back to the NCR would be through me. Well, guess how they could tie up that loose end? I have no idea. I need to discuss this with the rest of the gang. Things could turn ugly unless I work my magic on Boone and possibly Cass. But one step at a time.
This area isn't safe for civilians. You don't want to get caught by the Great Khans.
No offense, but I have plenty of experiences with those guys already. See the scars on my head? Yep. So is that why you're here?
Keeping watch on the Great Khans, mostly. They usually stick around Red Rock Canyon, but at least one large group left recently. We called it in, but haven't heard anything about any Great Khan incidents. Whatever they're doing, they're keeping a low profile.
Oh, so they have left. Wow, I honestly didn't think Papa Khan would stick to his end of the bargain. Yeah, some of us have been doing a lot more to solve this problem than just keeping an eye on things. But hey, at least things should be a lot more relaxing for you guys now, right? Now, if you excuse me, I need to have a chat with your radio operator.
Be careful out there.
Considering where you are, I feel like I should be telling you that. Don't read too much into it. So, here we are after at least a couple of weeks? Whatever problems that radio operator at Forlorn Hope was trying to solve, I hope it wasn't super urgent. I mean, sure, I didn't take this job as high priority, but you gotta expect something like that if you hire a third party for this kind of job. How much do you want to bet that by the time I get back to her, she's already preparing for the next round of updates? This is not sustainable whatsoever. But it would be a stable job for other couriers. Okay, why isn't somebody manning that post? Sure, it's lunchtime, but the opposition isn't gonna wait for you to finish your designated breaks.
You're here for the money. I told the Emeritus I was good for it. I just need more time.
Whoa, that's a can of worms I could do without. Since when did Rangers have dealings with Omertas? That's gotta be breaking a few rules. And if not, there should be. Don't tell me this is where the security leaks are coming from.
I talked to the cashier at Gamora into forwarding me some chips. I was convinced I was due for a hot streak. It didn't go so well. The Emeritus were nice and said they'd give me some time to pay them back. They also said if they had to talk to me about my debt again, they wouldn't be nice the next time.
Yeah, pro tip, the Omertas don't do nice. The closest thing they can do is smile at you while they're squeezing out your blood. Now that I think about it, it would make more sense for them to be cannibals. But I digress. Since when are Rangers intimidated by glorified thugs? Can you make my expectations even lower?
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm not sure you have a choice. And no, I don't mean you have an obligation to tell me anything. What I mean is, there's no way your commanding officer hasn't noticed anything yet. She's gonna have a chat with you about this if she hasn't already, so I hope you have a decent excuse.
We were on patrol near the dam when a Legion raiding party jumped us. Didn't even have time to radio it in. I was hit in the head with a machete and knocked out. Didn't kill me, though some nights I wish it had. When I woke up, my nerve was gone. The rest of my squad was crucified, butchered, mutilated. I don't know how they missed me. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they knew they'd broken me. I gambled and drank a lot after that. Got into trouble. But the Rangers gave me a second chance instead of kicking me out. So here I am.
And so you decide to spend that second chance getting into debt with the Omertas. Wow, I'm sure that's exactly what the Rangers had in mind when they kept you on board. Look, I'm not a psychiatrist, you'll have to go to the followers to find one, but really, the fact that you survived a fucking machete to the head means you're way tougher than most people. That's almost as bad as surviving 2 headshots. You think the Ometas could do worse than that? Why the fuck should you be afraid of them?
Maybe. But thanks for saying it anyway.
Seriously though, next time you're on leave, go to the Moment Fort in Freeside and ask for directions to find Dr. Usanagi. She has experience with all kinds of freaks. I'm sure your problem is nothing in comparison. So what do you do around here? I can't imagine they will let you out on patrol anymore.
I operate the radio and call it in if we see any great cons moving out in large groups from Red Rock Canyon.
Well, that's a happy coincidence. You're the person I need to speak to. I've got updated radio codes from, whoever the radio operator was in Forlorn Hope. Look, it's been a weird couple of weeks. Give me a break.
Oh, well, yeah. I can do that. Thanks.
See? I'm not from the Ometas, so you can relax. That said, I could give Kachino a gentle nudge. Tell him to scribble out any debts owed by NCR Rangers. And he's gonna do what I tell him. That's non-negotiable. Otherwise, that gentle nudge is gonna turn you to a knife to the face. We have an understanding between us. Now, get back to work, soldier.
Watch out for great cons.
Yeah, whoever makes those Ranger propaganda posters needs to spend some time with real Rangers. That should give them some perspectives.